Hi, everyone. How's everybody tonight on Wednesday night, actually? It's a nice night in Chicago. Hope it's great where you are. Welcome to the Facebook live stream tonight, where tonight we're going to talk about limiting beliefs, the limiter thinking that you have that limits your health, wealth, love, and spirituality, and what you can do to get rid of the limitations, the limiting beliefs, playing small, downsizing your talents and your gifts, why we do this and how we can get rid of it so that we can play big and have the kind of life that we desire. Because you know what? We can. We absolutely can. So we're going to talk about mindset stuff tonight. This is going to be great for entrepreneurs, for coaches, wellness coaches, for energy workers, practitioners, entrepreneurs. This is going to be great for you because as an entrepreneur, I can say that I have limited myself in the past. I catch myself limiting myself even to this day. And I got to shift that. And it's great when you have the tools and techniques because that's empowering. You can never really get rid of the process because that's the way it works on this planet. But when you're empowered and you have the tools and techniques, you kind of go into your bag of tricks and you pull out the technique and the tool that you can use. And then you shift your thinking and you get out of that mode. It's when you don't have tools and techniques and you're really powerless and it has control over you. So we're getting rid of that and we're going to play big. So I want to thank you for being here. If you're here live, if you would put in the comment section your name and where you're from and any comments as we go along as well. I'm going to try to get this to be more of a dialogue because I like to have conversations with people, answer questions. I'm a life coach, mindset coach, life transformation coach. So I'm all about working with you. So if you have questions, this is the time to put them in. If you have comments, this is the time. If you need clarification, I can help you on any of that in the time that we're here tonight. So please do that. Now, if you're here on the replay, I so appreciate it because so many people are watching my videos on the replay, and I'm so appreciative to that. Thank you for that. And if you would also, I'd like to acknowledge you because you're important to me. You would put your name, where you're from, and then just put in replay in the comment section below. That would be amazing. If you find that this information is relevant to people that you know, please share it with them. It's my vision to impact the planet with empowerment and share things that I learn because I love to learn and I take classes on a regular basis. I'm taking 2 classes concurrently and I am all about applying them to my life, seeing what works, how it works for me, and then sharing it with my coaching clients to help them. I find books and I share books with people as well. So get ready for that because actually this book here tonight, Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, I absolutely love. So for those of you that are into mindset as your profession or just for your own purposes, this is an absolutely must-have book to understand your subconscious, the power of your subconscious, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and how we got that way. So I highly recommend this book. I'm going to be sharing information from this book because I have applied this book the last few years when I first bought it. So let's talk about limitations. All right, so what I mean by limitations is limiting beliefs that if we look at the categories in health, it may be that you don't believe that you can be fully healthy. Maybe your limitation is that when you reach 40, you think it's all over and you think that you're like on a downward slope in your health. And so your limitations, your limiting beliefs are that you can't be healthy after 40 or you age and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's far from the truth. So that could be a limiter that you have, that you that you really can't ever get flexible if you're not flexible. You really can't overcome the back pain that you have in a natural way. So that's a limitation. If you have limiting beliefs in wealth, there's a lot of limiting beliefs in wealth, and I've gone through a lot to break through mine. Trust me, because I had a conflict between my mom and dad. My mom was the abundant person that loved to spend money, and my dad was the, let's save our money kind of a guy. and it was the conflict. I was more in my mom's camp, but then I had the second, the regret coming in because I would hear my dad's voice going, stop, spending all your money on your back and stuff like that. So I had this struggle going on in my head, and it was consequently the struggle with my belief system as well, which wasn't obvious. That was a challenging one to overcome when you were that kind of internal conflict with parents of different belief systems with money. So limiting beliefs for wealth could be that, and I work with clients, my coaches and wellness practitioners and energy workers on this, because something happens when you switch over to the spiritual side or when you work into wellness. All of a sudden you start thinking that you can't charge money for that, because a lot of people will say that to you. You're spiritually based. Why are you charging money? Well, how can you thrive and survive and live a great life if you're not charging money, right? Because everything costs money. So when you switch, which I did, I went from corporate America to fashion design to wellness. It was a mess up with my mindset, because I had no problem charging, a good amount of money for my jewelry, and people were willing to pay it. But I had a challenge charging, for wellness programs when people were really sick. That was something that I struggled with internally. So that's a limiter. Limiting your beliefs that you can charge a certain amount of money for your programs, that maybe in your belief system, even though I don't really put a tag on your hourly wage as an entrepreneur, you're not, but just to show you in this example, someone may think that they can't charge $50 for a session. So I would work through that with them to clear the beliefs so that we could work up to $100. And then after that, and we worked with that, then we could get them up to $150 for their programs. So that's a limiting belief, that you can't charge money being in a spiritual profession, being in a wellness profession, that you can't charge that much money because you're not worth it, because you're not experienced. That's another one. That's a limiting belief. Or that you can't work with your ideal clients because you wouldn't be able to attract them because you're not experienced enough to work with high-level entrepreneurs, that you're not experienced enough to work with people that are successful business people. So that's a limiting belief that you have with wealth, that you have a limiting belief of the amount of income that you can make, or the money that you can spend. That's a limiting belief as well. So the types of clients you have and income coming in, that's limiting beliefs. In love, maybe your limiting belief is that you don't believe that you can be with this fantastic soulmate that you dream about, because you don't think that you're deserving of it, or you feel like you're not attractive enough, or you're not thin enough. And so you're limiting your potential because of the limitations in your head. So with love, with friends, that there's not enough friends out there. I can't have a lot of friends. There's not enough people that are like me, like-minded like me. So that's limiting as well. And then the other one with spirituality, maybe you're limiting yourself with your gifts and your talents, that you're not allowing yourself to share your gifts and talents. That's a common one. I know I had to work on that one because I was always downplaying my gifts and talents. I would always downplay the abilities I had to be artistic, so that people wouldn't feel bad. And I was doing that, and it was not really fun, because then you were hiding who you really are. And that was one that I really was working with, and I still will work on that. And, it pops up. It was like, oh, you can't do that, because it's like you're being selfish, you're not considerate, you're conceited, those kinds of things, which is not true. It's just you're here for a purpose, and you're not allowing yourself to live your purpose. So that's a limiting belief. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is, because as a life coach, what I do is I don't tell you what to do. I just like to post questions to get you to think, so that you have the awareness, and then you have that light bulb that goes off in your head, the light bulb that's like ding, 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 ding. I get it. And that's when you really learn, and that's when you can shift and make changes in your life and transform. So it's my objective, my intention when I work with my clients to pose the proper questions to get them thinking and to start getting them to shift and have those light bulb moments, the aha moments. So right now, what I'm going to ask you to do is, because we talked about those categories, start looking at that. Like, what's an area where you don't have the results you want? That's the telltale sign is your results. So maybe you don't have the results you want in health, or maybe you don't have them in wealth, or you don't have it in love, or you don't have it in spirituality. Maybe you don't have them in any areas, but pick one. Pick one that is maybe your least satisfying area. And then ask yourself, where are you limiting yourself? Are you limiting yourself in a particular area with your thoughts? Are you limiting your beliefs? Are you limiting yourself with the actions you take? You're taking small actions. You're downplaying yourself in health, wealth, love, and spirituality. So think about that. And where are you limiting yourself? Because our limitations are self-imposed. We might have gotten our programs and our patterns and our beliefs and the habits from family members, from school, from teachers, from friends, from church, so many different places, society, TV. We've gotten them, we picked them up. You know, Bruce Lipton talks about how we are a recording device or subconscious, and we pick them up and it goes into our recording device. And up until about 8 years old, we do not discern. So we take everything that we hear from authority as a truth. And it is not a truth. It might be their belief system, but it is not a truth to the magnificence of the universe. That's what we're talking about. And then it becomes your truth. And then you live this truth, this limiting belief, until you decide with your free will that you're not having any part of it anymore and you're stopping it. Then you decide that, and then you can change it and you can shift it. So where are you limiting yourself? What have you picked up from other people? Think about what your family has said to you. Think about what you picked up in school. Think about what you picked up from society. And that is a limiter for you. So identify a limiter. And then, you know, it's important to get rid of it. And I do it energetically with a clearing technique. And I'm excited to share with you that I'm going to do a special clearing session this Thursday, tomorrow. And it's going to be at 7:30 Central Time. And it's for a very low price, a fraction of what I normally charge, because I want people to experience what I do. I want you to experience it firsthand. And I don't want money to get in the way of limiting you. And so it's $29. And it's, you know, going to be 30 minutes or 60 minutes and then 15 minutes for question and answers. So it's going to be 75 minutes. And you're going to clear out a lot of these limiting beliefs. That's what we're going to work on, limiting beliefs and playing small. We're going to work on that tomorrow. So I hope you join me. The link will be in the feed here, but that's how I work with my clients. There is no other way. Bruce Lipton is very clear in this book, and he says, based on his studies, and he is the man with the belief system and the biology of the belief, is that the only way to really move forward and get rid of these beliefs is by doing clearing. And it's doing like emotional, energetic clearing, which is what I do. And it might be something you can't wrap your head around. That's why I'm doing this special session, so that you can experience it, because I can't even really describe it to you, except that I work with the subconscious to eliminate it at the subconscious level. So that's where it's hidden and stored, and we can get rid of it. And then you're going to feel different. You're going to feel lighter, brighter, more positive, and it doesn't have that charge on you anymore. And then you can go ahead and make new beliefs and then take new action steps and change it. And that's the process. That's the coaching process, but that's the process. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to clear that out. And then once you clear it out, you can establish new beliefs. So if your limiting belief is that you're not allowing yourself to make over $100 an hour, your new belief is that I am worth every penny that I charge at $150 because I provide immense value to my clients that they can't put a price tag on because of what it does for their life. So that's a new belief system, and that is not limiting. And then you can up it into you want $200 an hour because your programs are life-changing and people are getting results and you have got demand for your product. So you're always going to raise your bar because you're moving forward and growing. And that's the important thing, is that you're always going to be faced with these challenges, these limiting beliefs that we can get rid of. So it's not a challenge that has no solution. It has a solution if you're willing to do it. Then you've got your solution. So if you would put in the newsfeed, if you feel comfortable with sharing where you feel you're limiting yourself. And if you have a question in particular, I can answer it as well, because I really would really love to help you. So put it in the newsfeed down below. So where are you limiting yourself? And then also, where have you, maybe you had a limiting belief and you overcame it, and now you're on the other side and now you're playing big. So let's share successes too, and where you're playing big, because we're all about successes as well. So the process is to clear out the blocks and then establish new beliefs. So you really have to rewire your brain. That's the tricky part, because you really have to have the process, which I follow a process to help my clients. They follow this process and they rewire their brain, because he talks about in this book that your brain is hardwired, and you can hardwire your brain with new beliefs just as easily as what was done from conception to 8 years old, where you just picked anything up. So it's wonderful how, we have so much information about the power of our brain. So then we're going to create new beliefs. And so what we're going to do tomorrow in this session is we are going to do the clearing, but then I'm also going to do some new beliefs with you. So I'm going to give you some new beliefs that we're going to sink into the body and begin to hardwire. And then you can say these over and over and over again, and then you can hardwire your brain with these new beliefs, and then you can move forward and then get different results. And then it's important for you to go forward, and you've got to take new action steps to become the person that has now this belief system that is infinite, that is abundant, that is expansive and expanded. So those are the processes, that's the steps and the process that I use, and that we're going to begin tomorrow with the coaching session. So it's a one-time session for $29. As I mentioned, I charge much more than that for a regular group session, and this is in a group, but I want you to experience it. I'll be doing these again, so you'll be able to hook on to these again, and we'll be clearing more beliefs, limiting beliefs. So know that it's a process. One time is not going to be enough, but you're certainly going to have something shift in you if you participate in this and play full on. You'll find something shifted within you and changed within you, because shift happens. So we're going to have that happen in the session tomorrow. So limiting beliefs got to go. Limiting beliefs got to go when you're an entrepreneur. Limiting beliefs got to go when you are a wellness practitioner. You're going to be working with a lot of clients, and you've got to get rid of your limiting beliefs so that you can help them become abundant in health and wellness. You've got to get rid of your limiting beliefs on money, because you're, as an entrepreneur, you're constantly putting money out there. You're investing money in your future. You're investing money in inventory. You're investing in money in classes that you're taking. You're investing money in coaching. You're investing money in marketing your line, your product, your service. So you've got to get rid of limiting beliefs. You've got to get rid of limiting beliefs with clients as well, so that you can help the clients that are ideal clients for you, and not limit yourself to who you serve. And finally, as an entrepreneur, you want to not limit yourself to your ability to have ease and fun and enjoyment and love and live your purpose. So get rid of all those limitations, and we're going to start that tomorrow. So I really want to open it up to you. You make those choices if this sounds great for you, but I hope that if you are ready to make some steps to change your thinking and shift your mindset and rewire, this would be an ideal class for you. So the link is down below in the comments section, and I hope that you're going to be there. I want to thank you for being here, and just to let you know who I am if this is your first time. Again, thanks for being here. My name is Joanne Lysiak, and I am a mindset and life transformation coach at Empower Coaching Network, and I work with my clients with body, mind, and spirit, and integrating that all into their life, because you are a whole person that is a body, you're physical, you have a mind, and you're spiritual. And it's important to integrate all of that. And what I do with my clients is I help them reach their fullest potential. We work with the mindset, we clear out the beliefs, we establish new beliefs, we reset, rewire their mindset, create new beliefs, establish new belief systems, the new brain wiring, hardwire, and then we take action. So we set goals and take action so that they're living their dreams. They're living what they really want in their life, and they're totally happy, because you can have that. So your belief system doesn't need to have any limitations. You know, I experienced something a couple weeks ago that really shook me up, as far as in a good way, with my mindset, because I had a limiting belief. If you want, I'll put the link in for my Facebook of my live when I talked about what happened. But it was this mind over matter thing, and I was working with Master Tai, who is a grandmaster Qigong expert, and he worked with me to allow myself to ground myself so that I was so firm and stable that a 200-pound man could not lift me when he previously did lift me before I knew this technique. He lifted me and flew me in the air, and was not able to do that anymore because of the power of my mind. My belief system changed then, because my belief system was like, geez, I couldn't do this because I never studied with this man. But I switched completely on stage, and it was like, no, I'm doing this. I believe I can do this. I believe that I have the power. And I switched into that, and I went into my zone, and he couldn't lift me. So that had an impact. So when you have that situation happen to you, and it shifts your thinking about your belief, from this point on, everything about me and what I'm doing is different. And what I'm doing with my clients is different, because I have a stronger belief system. I have a more open belief system. My limitations have been taken away. And I believe the same for you. I believe that you can do anything that you want. You can achieve anything you want with health, wealth, love, and spirituality, with all of them, and have a fantastic, magnificent life. I truly believe that. And so I'm here to support you and help you to achieve that. And one of the ways is to get rid of the limiting beliefs, get rid of the denial, get rid of playing small. So we're going to do that, and I hope to see you. I will see you again on my Facebook Live, my live stream. And again, thanks for being here. Have a great night. See you later.